shit! What is up, dudes and dudettes, and all my comrades in between? This is the Rat Left. Woo! Alright, guys, we're all liberals tonight. Yeah? Yeah. Leftists, suck it up. We're all liberals tonight. We're celebrating. I don't know about you guys, but I've been celebrating all fucking day. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm feeling the fucking Joe Biden fucking spirit. Hell yeah. Congrats to everybody. Best president-elect that we've ever had. We're gonna ride that train for we're gonna bide in that train for just a couple more hours, all right? I guarantee it's gonna turn. Maybe before I finish this awful introduction, because nope, not getting into it yet. We're not gonna do it, guys. You can't get me. We did it. Orange man bad. Orange man out. And we did it through one of the craziest elections that I've ever seen. I don't know about you guys. But, what the fuck? Exactly. What exactly happened? And we're gonna take you directly to this map here. What the shit? What the shit? What the fuck? What? Georgia, you crazy. Good God. Pennsylvania, look, I'm not going to give you too much praise. You should have came out way sooner. I don't understand what took you so long. I just don't understand. Yeah, no, I'm not going to shame you too much, though. But you are the home of Philadelphia. You're the home of, Philly cheesesteak. You really should have came out way sooner than you did. But, again, I'm not going to be shitting too much on what is a very clear victory, a very clear win. Tiny win, but a win nonetheless. Let's look at the Senate, because we're not doing so hot there. We're only up one. We're still waiting. We got some runoffs, and that's fine. Yeah, Joseph, I got it. Thank you so much. Ho, ho, ho. How many followers do I need to get bits turned on? Honestly, I should be more attempting to be a Twitch streamer. I should probably be more well versed in the Twitch sphere of things. But yeah, what's the deal with the bits? I don't know. I could probably just Google it. Yeah, so sorry I wasn't here last night, you guys. Not that sorry, but I had a great night last night. I called it, okay? I'm not gonna lie, I called it early. I said, Joe, fuck me in my own asshole, Biden. He's got the presidency, and that means Donald, I'm a giant fucking infant. Trump loses, and I got down. I got down last night. and so I didn't stream. I celebrated with some close friends. We ended up getting into a really funny situation. What is Robocough.com? Oh my god. What is this? I can't wait to see what this is. Wow. 30 milligram tablets? 100? Holy shit. $20. My god. Look at that. Holy hell. It is way easier to get high now. God damn, you guys. You guys have it easy. Yeah, I used to have to fucking swallow like fucking 30 of these fucking things. And I had to steal 2 bottles of them. Jesus fucking Christ. 30 milligram. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Oh my god. This is like Disneyland for Dex heads. I fucking love it. RoboGolf! What is happening? What is this? This is literally vacation for Dex heads. I love it. Beach relief. Getting fucking high with the seagulls. Getting high with the pineapples. Man. Jungle relief. They're turning robo tripping into like a blockbuster. I fucking love it. Yeah, this milk. Drink milk. Really? Okay, I didn't know that though. About drinking milk after drinking Robitussin. I had no idea. I would always just vomit instead of having it taste okay. Good to know. Good to know. And you guys, we're gonna need it. Damn it! Nope. Damn it! I'm not getting on that shit. Tonight, we drink. Tonight, we celebrate. Tonight, we get all fucked up. We take our drugs. We act like we did something. And then tomorrow, you guys, tomorrow, you're a milkhead. When you put it that way, bovine mammary fluid, when you put it that way, it does sound a lot sexier. Holy shit. Everybody get robo drunk. Because we fucking did it. We did it, everybody. We beat fascism. We did it. We fucking did it. Woo. You know what's funny about this shit? I have been refreshing my fucking phone looking for these results for 4 days straight. I shit you not. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. Everybody has. We all have been, right? Like, I'm not pretending I'm special. We've all been like, what the fuck? Nevada, Arizona, Pennsylvania, you fucking... Look at all these other jabroni states. And they did fine. But it had to come down to you pieces of shit. But this morning, my phone died. I know that's silly because I'm in my own house. I guess you didn't know that, but I was in my own house and my phone died. And I was just laying there. You know, I was awake, but I was like, I could probably deal with not having a phone for a bit. I was taking a vacation. And then I plugged it in, started it up, and goddamn it, I fucking missed it. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? I missed it. I've been watching this shit like a goddamn hawk. Been very hawkish. I've been very Hillary Clinton about watching these fucking results, and I miss it. I miss the big one. The big Biden. But it's okay. It's okay, though, because we shouldn't be too excited. God damn it. I just need to, like, pinch myself for something every fucking time I start to get into it. Tonight, we celebrate. Can't stop me from celebrating. Can't stop, won't stop. Jimmy Dore. I like Kyle Kalinske, okay. I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of I like Hassan Piker. He might be a little flashy, you know, a little hipster for a lot of people. I get that. But he's smart. He's smart. Definitely, he's definitely rich. Definitely doing well for himself. So, but there's not a requirement to be. There's not a requirement to be low class to engage in leftist politics. It's not a requirement. Actually, that's a good point. And maybe we should be talking about that a little bit. Natty, calm down. All right, look, this is my fucking intro. I'm gonna rant for a while. If you're brand new to this, I play Final Fantasy VII when I'm good and fucking ready, and that means when you're about ready to give up on the fact that I might ever play Final Fantasy VII. That's when I start playing Final Fantasy VII. So fuck off. No, but it really needs to be talked about. The fact that most of the time communism, socialism, these movements come from a working class environment. And what we're seeing in America is a very much opposite situation from normal, where we're seeing more privileged, highly educated folks that are the ones who are promoting these leftist point of views, these more socialist, more progressive agendas. And that's interesting, right? And why is that? Why is it? And I wondered to myself, like, because honestly, like, I've always been, I don't know, yeah, contrarian, where I don't like I've never liked the mainstream. Whatever it is, whatever that means, I don't like the mainstream ideologies, and thus I kind of combat that. And so at one point, and I've gone over this before on the podcast and everything, but I consider myself more of a libertarian, and I mean, that was just like after having looked into the basics of being libertarian, which is, on its face is like, oh hey, I'm gonna do what I should be free to do whatever I want to do as long as it's not hurting anybody, and the government shouldn't tell me what to do. Which is like, yeah, I mean, dope. Fuck the government, and yeah. And then ever since then, I just keep getting pushed more and more to the left. Yeah, libertarian socialism is where I'm at right now, That's where I'm at. Ancom. It's got a bunch of different names. Oh man, there's a lot of comments here. All right, so communitarianism. So what's the details on the communitarianism? I'm curious. I don't know Karl Hess either. Or agorism. Wow, you're just dropping a lot of knowledge on me. Cobra Commander. Alright, I'll have to check out Cobra Commander. Man, like, I know I'm a simp. I know I'm old-fashioned, and I know that this is kind of sad, but I'd love to write for Rolling Stone. I really would. A lot of my heroes, obviously Hunter S. Thompson, Matt Taibbi, just they kind of suck now, but I think it'd be really cool to do some like counterculture shit. I just wish media in general gave a shit about like actual leftist shit nowadays. Like to be in an actual leftist like progressive media outlet, like something like Current Affairs or something, you have to be some kind of like, you know, the Hassan Piker type, where you have fancy fucking shirts, you wear rings on your fingers for some reason, you're just fancy. You're a fancy fuck. You're a little fancy fuck. And I'm not a fancy fuck. You know what? I want to write articles about how I blew down so much ketamine that I realized that that Joe Biden is actually an asshole that gained sentience and separated from its owner and demanded rights as a human being, and then simultaneously took away rights from other people. That's the shit I want to write about. Because that's the real shit, you guys. We're not going there. We're not going there. This is Celebration Day. Woo. Alright, well, yeah, I promised that I would be playing Final Fantasy VII. So I will do that. But we'll keep talking. We'll keep talking about politics, because that's the only thing I talk about anymore. I just talk about that or doing ketamine. So, and I feel like doing ketamine is a political statement, I think. But now that we beat fascism, we don't have to worry about things anymore. So we're going to celebrate by playing some Final Fantasy VII. Here we go. You hear it? You hear it? I hear it. There we go. I'm level 10. No, I don't want to save. I guess I already saved. Alright, where are we? I don't even remember where we left off. What's happening? Alright. Corn Pop, we're counting on you. Blow up the reactor. I should probably follow him, huh? Damn it! Oh god! K-pop. She's gonna die. No! Yeah, beat rush. Girl, you kill K-pop, and I'm gonna fuck you up. There we go. Alright. This is a lesson for you kids. After you black out playing a video game, you should always check your health statuses before you get into battles. Sex workers for Biden. Alright, let's check this out. Not voting, not coming. Alright, great. Yeah, dude. Vaginas for Biden. Why not? It's very important that you do as I say. It's for your own benefit. It's for the greater good, for your future. She starts caressing her breasts. You get to jerk off no matter what she says, but only good boys get to come. That's awesome. Yeah, this broad seems fucking dope. Man, she seems fucking badass. And I'm using the term broad. I'm trying to bring it back, you know? Because I feel like her influence is very broad. What's Swapcast? I'm down. I don't know what it is, but I'm into it. Alright, so this is the first picture. This is her here in the Pornhub. Azerbaijan. Well, that's cool. See, I mean, who says that refugees are, you know, a strain on your resources? Who says that shit? Not me. She's a strain on my heart, I guess, because I have to divert so much blood from my brain to my dick, and that's fine. Can we just acknowledge how awesome this music is, by the way? Dual podcasting. I'm into it. Man, you are full of the knowledge tonight, Joseph. Versus Armenia. Oh, is this the shit that System of a Down is writing songs about? Haha.
Officials say their military is blowing up ammunition near to
Damn it, again, I don't know how to...
forces are close to the city.
I couldn't figure this out last night. I don't know how to...
Diplomats from the two countries have been preparing for more talks to try to end the conflicts after 3 failed ceasefire attempts. Well, not so far away. Azerbaijan's army is said to be closing in on the key town of Shushi. Nagorno-Karabakh separatist leaders say Azeri forces have advanced to within 5 kilometers and is urging people there to help resist the attack. Now, Shushi has long played a pivotal role in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. It overlooks the regional capital, Stepanakert, and it's from there that Azerbaijan shelled the city in the first Nagorno-Karabakh war. It also sits on the main highway connecting Armenia to Stepanakert. Well,
Yeah, that's dope, man. I'm jealous you get to interview her. You should send her our way too if she's interested. I'd love to talk to her.
You've been speaking with officials in Azerbaijan.
Fucking sex workers, like activists.
Well, there hasn't been
yes.
any official announcement about Shusha and what's the
There's
situation
nothing
there in
not sexy
Azerbaijan
about that.
town, Shusha. Now, I did speak to a top commander in the Azeri army, and he did not confirm that the army was on its way to Shusha. He did not deny it either. What he did say is that it's no secret that sooner or later the Azeri army would be heading there and trying to capture that city. Now, but if you look at the reality on the ground, a few days ago, Azerbaijan announced it was in Kubadle. Kubadle is south of the Lachin corridor, which is key for the resupply of Nagorno-Karabakh, and it's also west of Shusha. From Kubadle, it's very easy to reach both areas. And if you look at also what has been
What is she suing the Nevada governor for?
The army has been advancing at a quite steady pace. So as the top commander said, he said, well, sooner or later we will be there. Now it's a matter of figuring out how soon is soon and how late is late. But that is certainly the final game here, because also the situation, if you look to the north of the Nagorno-Karabakh, well, Azerbaijan is already in control of the highlands there. So once they get to the Lachin corridor and to Shusha, it puts Armenia in a very difficult position.
Okay, Hoda Abdelhamid, live from Baku, thank you very much indeed. Let's cross now to Rory Challens. He joins us now from Yerevan in Armenia. Rory, talk to us about the Armenian point of view. What's been happening there?
Yeah, well, these are certainly very, very difficult days for Armenia. We hear bullish statements coming from the Ministry of Defense, both of Armenia itself and Nagorno-Karabakh, saying that we are repelling various assaults, we're causing serious losses on the enemy in terms of manpower and equipment and material. And that might even be true. The Azerbaijan army doesn't publish the lists of its battlefield casualties.
Good.
But certainly there is, the growing acknowledgement here that territory is being lost and
Fuck yeah.
Crucial parts of Nagorno-Karabakh, such as the Lachin corridor, such as Shushi, and such as Stepanakert, are now.
That's tight, man. You like Gary Johnson? I don't think he would have won. Yeah, I don't know, man, like, it's annoying to be like, oh yeah, somebody with real policy. You know Gary Johnson too? Holy shit. You know all the sex workers. Super jealous. That guy is a slut. Yeah, had I voted in 2016, I was probably going to vote for Gary Johnson, not going to lie. But I ended up not. Just because, like, I don't know, man. Him in interviews, like, I don't know. He doesn't really... he doesn't really, like, come across as a dude who's... I don't know. Super knowledgeable about shit that's happening in the world, I guess. Not that I am, but I'm also not running for president. So... yeah. As much as any libertarian can have their heart existing and in a right place, I would say so. Yeah, but unfortunately in politics, intent obviously is not enough. I mean, look at our boy Bernie. Proven fucking intent. And still can't get that shit done. Is he crawling down that hole on the wrong side of the ladder? Check this out. Look at this. He's coming down on the wrong side. Look at him go down. He's going down. Is there 2 ladders? No, there's not. Look at that. Are you talking about Bernie? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Yep, I mean, that's classic downfall of the fucking liberals, man. Civility over ideology every fucking time. I mean, I get tone policed every single fucking day. I can't get over it, man. Like, I give my opinion on something, and I didn't say it the right way. It's just like the electability shit. Like, Bernie's not electable because they're gonna call him a socialist. They're gonna call him a communist. Absolutely. I'm sick of these fucking who's the dude that has the puppets? Stupid fucking comedian who has the puppets and shit. That's the kind of comedian that is currently running for office right now. Not the dark comedians. You know, we need Doug Stanhope. We need Doug Stanhope. Hey, welcome back, Jack. We got Corn Pop. We got K-Hole. We got K-Pop. Oh, fuck yeah. Doug Stanhope for president. Why is everyone your friend? How does that work? Oh yeah, you've been in his fun house, huh? Yeah. Oh shit, did I go backwards? How the fuck? Yeah, I was saying that we need cornhole next. What the shit? How do I do this? Go forward. Yeah. What? Oh, okay, wait. That's getting me out on the other side. Oh my god, I'm so dumb. Go. If you were to get to push up, you know, What? Oh, yeah, okay. What? Though. Alright. I'm gonna figure this out. What up, Gamma Fiend? Yeah, I'm on Twitch now. Oh. Yeah, I'm doing the Twitch thing. I am gonna slowly, like, ease myself over into Twitch, I think. I think the podcast episodes we're still gonna do on Facebook. Can I not get in here? Fuck. You know, wait, shit. No. There's a... There it is, okay. Alright. One over here. Why is there only 2 places to go, and neither of them are the right one? God. So bad at video games. How did I ever beat this game? How do I get down there? This is why I gave up the other night. That makes sense. Oh, I can go down. Ah! Wait, no, that's where I came out. Fuck! Why can't I go in here? Isn't that... What is this room for? God damn it. Let me out! I will. HD Fatty. Is that on... Is that his Twitter handle, or is he on Twitch? Oh my god, you guys, help. I can already go down this one. Alright. This is pissing me off. Ah! Yeah, the camera. Dude, there are so many parts in this game that, like, I love this fucking game, and I love that they, like, invented this, like, painted background thing, and you got this stupid hexagonal bullshit character in front of it, but, like, it's so hard to tell where things are. Thanks for your stream. Alright, I need to hold back instead of forward. Oh! Went up here? See, I thought so. I'm like... If I go through there... Huh. Yeah, you're right. It's definitely fucking me up. Okay, so I go through here. Crawl. And it changes. Left. Here? This is where I came from, right? See, this is weird, because... Okay, I was probably doing all that shit last night, and then I came this way, and then I saved. Okay, so I probably need to go up here. God damn it. Yep. Yep. God damn, this music is so good. Let's go in here. Hey, this is like the reactor we already blew up. Dude, I don't know, man. I might be just going backwards from where I need to go, but I don't remember what I was doing the other night. I started doing ketamine and no idea what's happening now. But I know I have to blow this shit up, so let's blow it up. Yeah. You're not human if you have good memory through a ketamine. There we go. Hey! Story's happening. Tifa, why are you wearing a cowboy hat? I mean, K-pop. K-pop papa. I can't name Sephiroth. Sephiroth should definitely name him Joe Biden. Nope. Sorry. I keep getting on my shit. Joe Biden is our hero tonight. Oh yeah, I should probably have. I just realized that I didn't have the news going down here. Sorry, guys. I know you guys want to be watching the news more.
When the newspaper.
Here we go. I hate them all. Joe Biden K-pop stance. Damn. Beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, beep, beep, boop, boop, boop. Pushing those buttons on that fucking spinny wheel. Is this where I have to fight the Airbuster? Can I go in this? Yeah, right, dude. Huh. He doesn't seem to remember who I am, kinda. Like, that's odd. Let's do some air duster. Come on. Ooh, a chest. I got an ether. I'm just kidding. I call it an ether like everybody else. Not a fucking psycho. Well, I mean, they do. Oh, shit. Oh. Here we go. Flam. Nope. Dude, that in their remake, that fucking... Oh! Dude. Oh, I got so mad. I got so fucking mad in the remake. Oh my god, it's the fucking worst. Like, I was like, I gotta crush this game, but I might crush this game like into a million tiny pieces. Oh yeah, I failed it so much. Jesus Christ. Here it is. Here's an airbuster. I like how they did this in the remake too. Yeah, no shit. I was kind of thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe I should be like switching back and forth between the original and the remake. Kind of showing these parts. Would that be interesting? I kind of do a side-by-side comparison. Hey, Donald Trump, everybody. Fat piece of shit. Blonde fuck. I like that the president knows this random ass guy. Fuck you guys for making me name him Corn Pop. It takes the seriousness out of every fucking situation. Dude, no, yeah. Cody's fucking movie where he did 2 hours and 15 minutes of like fucking sci-fi mainstream media comparisons. Oh, it's so good. So goddamn good. Why is the... one second, guys, sorry. Oh, there we go. Okay. Dude, yeah, dude, it was so long and so fucking good. Like, god damn it. And the fact that he doesn't even change up his, like, he knew his limitations. He knew his situation. And he fucking made a fucking movie out of it. Dude, I think that guy's a fucking genius. I really do. And not the kind of genius where you're like, oh man, he's so smart, like Noam Chomsky or something, where it's like, oh, he's way out of my league. He's just a genius at taking what he's got, and he's got the everyday attitude, everyday man attitude, and is sensitive and thoughtful, and it's brilliant. I fucking stand Cody. Here it is. The Dust Buster. Duster Buster. Like how he just like hangs onto the side of the helicopter. Yo, Corn Pop! We gotta do something about him. Yeah. Cody's brilliant. You're gonna bust him up. I get it, because he's the air buster. Rear gun. He's shitting on you. Dude, yeah. The fact that he focused so much on the... Oh, I forgot you can't cast bolt on him or he's gonna fuck your shit up. Ooh. Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. And this is how I got through the entirety of the remake is Barrett's fucking abilities. 657. God. Oh my God. I won already? Huh. I remember that being harder for some reason. Whoa! How do you cheese the airbuster? I love how the cinematic scenes like this are still just the awful polygonal characters. Oh my God, you know what this made me think of? I don't know why, but sometime I want to play through the original Diablo. You guys ever played that? That game is hard as fuck. I never beat it without, like, cheating. It's so fucking brutal. So you wait and time your attack so it keeps spinning back and forth instead of doing its main attacks. Oh, gotcha. Dude, for real, it never fucking ends. It's like, oh, I got through another fucking dungeon, and it's randomly fucking generated. Woo. It is fun, though, dude. Like, it kind of blew my mind when I was younger. I was just, like, it is definitely part of the shaping of me and my personality was the original Diablo. That and StarCraft. Like, I was just like, shit. So I played, like, the campaign and stuff. I didn't do too much of the, like, melee online shit. But Diablo 2. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I think Final Fantasy VII has my attention for the best game ever, and then I think it's Diablo 2 right after that, as far as the amount of time that I've spent on video games. And the, like, cultish mentality that I have toward video games. Diablo 2 is epic. The server's still up in Diablo 2? Does anybody know? Because that'd be fun to play on here, too. Who's this bitch? Who are you? I didn't have a massive crush on you, even though you only have, like, 3 pixels. Not me. Not me, that's not me. That ain't me. I can't have a crush on somebody who has nothing but boxes. Yeah, I remember you. You gave me a flower. you guys play? Did you guys play? Crisis Core. She's a lot of fun in Crisis Core, man. It really expounds on her character. She's a lot of fun. Like, she's kind of a bitch. Like, she's feisty and snarky and just calls you on your shit. Like, she kind of sucks and I kind of love it. It's great. Hell yeah, Gamma Fiend. Jack, damn it. Why weren't we friends sooner? Because we have the same taste in games. Did you ever play StarCraft? Dude, Crisis Core was so much fun. I went back and, you know, obviously we talked about this a lot, but I went back and played all the, like, Final Fantasy VII lore games. I didn't play Dirge of Cerberus, because I watched it being played through, and it's a nightmare game. And I watched Advent Children, and that's a nightmare fucking piece of shit. My god. But Crisis Core is great. I highly recommend it. I played all... I crushed that game. Yes. Dude, I was making, like, RPGs and shit with the map maker. I still to this day watch StarCraft tournaments, the ASL, and obviously I watch the StarCraft 2 tournaments, the GSL, and you know, when they do they didn't have one this year because of COVID, but yeah, the Blizzard esports tournament. Give it to me! God damn it, I love this chick. Ba-da-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-ba-ba. Oh shit, here we go. Dude, no. I try to play it, and me and my buddy Nick play it every once in a while. Dude, it is insane, the meta. My god, it's so hard to keep up with everybody. And like, if you want to like get a good like, so you can kind of hold your own through bronze, I've gotten up through gold, on the ladder. This dude Vibe on YouTube and Twitch, I'm assuming too. He does bronze through GM runs with each race, and God, he's really, dude. It's encouraging, man. Like he's like, don't worry about all this fancy shit. He's like, micro's cool and everything, but just fucking macro. Make drones, make probes, make SCVs. Go, go, go. Yeah, right? Do we want... Although we could be like... We could call her... Cornhole Senior, and then... the next one we could do Cornhole Junior, but... That does... I don't know, that's not as... It's not as fun. Ooh, glitchy. Wait. I have an idea. Hold on. I have to look up her name. Ugh. There it is. This isn't that funny. I don't know. I thought it'd be funny, but I'm just realizing this is just dorky. Eh? Anyone? Okay. It's dorky, right? No! No! Oh, I got it. Shit. I know exactly what to do. And, oh, dude, Jack, you're gonna... Fuck! Jack, you're gonna love this. This is for you. That's for you. Oh my god. We're shitty people. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's instant happiness. You can be like, you know, I don't know. I don't know if I'm feeling it. And then Molly gets to you and you're like, oh shit, I'm feeling it. I'm always feeling it. I'm feeling it forever. Do you remember the fucking Reno battle in the... Where's the save point? Because now I just want to play the remake. Okay, I'll suck your dick once. Let's go. And Crisis Core goes more into this relationship here, too. Between, what's his fucking tits? I call him Reno. That's not Reno, is it? It is Reno. Okay, good. Wait. He has red hair in the remake, right? Dude, it's a hard fucking battle. Nothing, for me, was harder than the fucking battle on the Shinra Tower. With Reno and Rufus. And the fucking dog. And then they come in with the helicopter and bomb the shit out of him. Rude. Yeah, see, that's the thing. I didn't know about counter stance. I beat that shit. I beat that shit without that. I don't even know how I did it. Dude, I was running around like... man. Caitlin, my partner, she was like... she watched a couple times me get brutalized, and she was like, I just don't know how you're gonna do this. And I was like screaming. And... it got dicey, man. It got dicey, where it was like, I am not gonna be okay. This is why I don't play video games. I just get so mad. It's like those memes that are like, you know You know you were called gifted as a young person if you get so mad that you're not instantly good at stuff, and that is 100% me. Not that I'm saying I was gifted. I mean, I would say I was probably smarter than... I mean, I was in the top 25 percentile of the dumbasses in Worcester, Ohio, but... That's not saying much. But yeah, like... School was bullshit to me. I didn't have to study or anything, and my teachers constantly, their main criticism of me is, you're too smart for your own good, which is a fucked up thing to say to a kid. But anyway, so now I have that. Oh, god damn, I have to do the fucking barrel thing. I always fuck this up. Hold on a minute. God damn it, you're so needy. Alright, where did he go? Where'd he go? Not that one. Is it this one? Pushing. I almost hit her. I haven't played hardcore mode. Are you kidding me? No fucking way I'm not playing hardcore mode. I might. I might. The only game that I would do stupid shit like that for is Final Fantasy VII. Honestly, goddamn, I love this game so much. Okay, where'd the other guy go? Alright, I'm gonna do this one. Like, I fought Leviathan, and I was like, oh my god! Holy shit, this is hard. I haven't even unlocked Bahamut yet. Yeah, I know, I should probably skip them, but I go for the barrels every time. I don't know. Did I get it? No! Oh, wait a minute. This one, right? You can never tell. You can never fucking tell. Oh, corn pop. What am I doing? Oh, corn pop. Oh, God! It's the fucking thing that comes out with Rufus. What's his name? Dark Star or something like that? Breaking! Where's the save point? I wanna play the remake. God damn it, why is the remake so good? These little fat fuckers are in the remake constantly. Alright. Alright, I got it. This one. Nope, is one. Shit, that's not gonna help. It was the one that I just did. Shit. Ba, ba. Come on, Molly. Let's go. Come on. No. And then I watched somebody go through the mobile phone game. What was that called? It was focused on the Turks. It seemed like a shitty game, but it seemed to add to the story pretty well. 'Cause I feel like the Turks have an interesting storyline, you know. I always like Reno. Kind of a blowhard pussy. With a fucking nightstick. Dude, her and Zach's relationship in Crisis Core is adorable. Like, Zach is way more of a pure character than Cloud. I kind of like Cloud because he's brooding and kind of emo, you know? Oh yeah. Fuck. But as far as good people goes, Zach is a good person. Are we beating up homeless people? Is that what we're doing? Ain't gonna attack yet. Oh, there it is. Alright. Let's do this. I'm gonna go get another drink. And then, I'm gonna try to catch up to, I'm gonna try to beat the, I don't know, the remake is so much longer, but, yeah, I'll play a little bit of it. Try to get caught up to where I am here.
Pieces of a jigsaw puzzle, and only one person knew what it was supposed to look like. That one person wasn't Michelle. It was the killer himself.
It has now been 40 years that one of the most prolific serial killers in American history has managed to elude police. The man known as the Golden State Killer has been linked to 50 rapes and 13 murders. Police are frustrated and running out of leads.
I have no path to go on this investigation. None of the tips are coming in or anything that I'm excited about. So I'm floundering.
When Michelle passed and me and Paul were working on the book, we talked about what are the strings that she left us to get us out of this maze. And it was genetic genealogy.
Forensic genealogy was something that Michelle was excited about, and that seemed like the most viable, direct pathway to this offender's identity.
Hi, and welcome to 23andMe.
Companies like Ancestry.com and 23andMe had already been using genetic genealogy for years, allowing millions of customers to spit into a tube and use their DNA to discover family roots and long-lost relatives.
Ancestry.com searches the world's largest online family history research.
As a growing number, particular of adoptees, are realizing these sites that are really created for learning about family history can help me start to figure out who I'm biologically related to. To help people to find their biological mothers, to find their biological fathers.
How are you?
To find siblings, to find cousins.
It wasn't too long for people to realize, wait a minute, what if we use the DNA of criminals to try and identify their second cousins or third cousins and try to narrow it down from there?
I start learning how this technology could be used. We become blown away at the power of it. And then we recognized this is the way we need to go. But then there was a concern as to whether we had enough DNA. I had consumed all the East Area Rapist DNA, doing all the testing I had done over the years.
And he found a pristine DNA sample going back to the 1980 murder of Lyman and Charlene Smith in Ventura County.
A second sexual assault kit in the coroner's office that had never been opened.
To my knowledge, there are no other medical examiners who make duplicate rape kits.
In March of 1980, Lyman and Charlene Smith were found bludgeoned to death in their bed.
It was a horrific scene that I will never forget. Got arrived at the scene with my little suitcase, a tube rack, dry ice, and a microscope. I always made duplicate kits, and both kits were identical.
That turned out to be a gold mine for us because that second kit had sat in the coroner's possession for 38 years untouched. And so these swabs collected from Charlene Smith's body were pristine.
Police had been sitting on this genetic fingerprint for 4 decades, waiting for the science.
I'm back.
Genetic genealogy had only been used to solve a criminal case.
Does this count as Final Fantasy VII? Just kidding. Just kidding. God damn it, this good. This game is so good. Ugh. Sexy, sexy. Wait, what did I click on? Why is that frozen? What's up, Gregory? How's it going? And yeah, Jack, I had the remake background on my PS4. And I realized that the OG is way better, and it makes the Final Fantasy clicky noises. When you have the OG on there, so I went with the OG. All right, here we go. Okay, wait. How do I go? Okay, I'm gonna... I'm gonna try to remember how to play this game. Hell yeah. This kiss is for your grandmother. Your grandma's fucking awesome. Holy shit. My grandma voted for Biden. I mean, Trump. Fuck. And, like, I love my grandma, but she fucking... Wait, these graphics aren't that good, right? They're not that much better. Yeah, my grandma voted for fucking Trump, and I still love that old bitch, but...
Where could they have gone?
Okay, so... Let me try to remember. How do we go back to the... Oh, yeah, title, chapter selection, yeah. Okay. There we go. I figured it out. This game is tits. Holy shit. After this, I'm gonna play Diablo, and I'm gonna go back and forth between Diablo and Diablo 2 and Diablo 3. I'm just gonna not know what the fuck is happening. Tetsuya Nomura. Brilliant character design. Maybe shouldn't be so in charge of storylines. Maybe. Kingdom Hearts is a mess. Okay. Yeah. No, he did fine with this. But my God, he has the potential to fuck up some shit. Like, I love the first Kingdom Hearts game. I do. Until it's really broken down for me, which is, why does any Disneyland actually exist? It does not further the plot whatsoever. The second that was pointed out to me, devastated. Like, oh my God, you are right. It has nothing. It has no bearing on the story whatsoever. And I got Kingdom Hearts 3. Like, I was like, oh shit, everybody's excited about this. And I played it. What a garbage game. What a garbage game. I played it like, I was like, ooh, yay. You know, Toy Story, I'm fighting in robots. Dude, don't play 3, okay? Please. I started to play 2, and I was like, nah, I can't do it. But, 2 is still way better than 3. Who's this bitch? This is Molly? Fucking love Molly. What up? What up, Biddy? I like her dress with a fucking jacket. Man, Final Fantasy, like, style, on point. In high school, it's kind of embarrassing because I'm a huge fucking nerd, but, I would wear the, zip-off, like, cargo pants. I would zip off one of them and go with just, you know, one pant leg on. Because, you know, I played Final Fantasy X. I was, you know, totally pulling the tightest thing. God, I could really go down Molly right now. I mean, get down with Molly right now. I could just have some sex with Molly right now. I mean, I could definitely take the drug Molly right now. This is Celebration Day after all, right? What a beautiful game. What a beautiful game. Really? Wait, it wasn't just me? Other people did that? It was a gang thing. Dude, I had a teacher, so I always sagged my pants, like, And I had a teacher, a vice principal pull me aside, and he said the fucking thing, that's like, oh hey, if you're in jail, you know what that means if you have your pants pulled down that far? And, you know, it was a thing where it's like, oh, it means you're somebody's bitch. And that's what he was implying. And he said, would you, and he looked at me and he was like, would you be somebody's bitch? And I was like, I guess. Yeah, if I was in jail, yeah, what? And he didn't know what to say after that. But I was just like, yeah. Look at me, yeah. Right?
Get down here, Merc.
Barrett! Barrett's cooler than Cloud. Here we go. Fuck these cones.
Halt!
What?
Who's up there?
It's
You're up.
me. I'm Merc. I already had my sword out.
You're
This
coming
is
with us.
stupid.
Nice and easy.
Come on, continuity. Let's do this. Alright. We have to remember that this is an anime video game, alright? Everything has to be cool. Everything has to be action. Have you seen Fooly Cooly?
Who in the hell? Hands where I can see him.
Am I saying that right? Cooly Fooly? Fooly Cooly?
Have fun.
Jesse! Oh my god.
Freeze! Move and we shoot.
Go ahead. Was never in doubt.
Man, I'm so good at this game. Why are there two clear icicle mineral water dispensers right next to each other? Oh brother, the Jesse simping will never end. It is just like our Lord and Savior Satan. There is no beginning and there is no end. Oh yeah, that's right. I was just wondering, like, wow, why is my fucking sword so cool? I forgot that we're doing the game plus, I guess. I have all the cool shit. Is that cheating? I don't remember what I'm doing though, so that's gotta be some kind of handicap. Here we go.
Drop the weapon.
You got this.
Yeah, what'd he say?
I love that I got Badger to fucking do the voice of fucking.
You're coming with us.
We can't get surrounded.
What's the name of this? This game is so sick though. I didn't think I was gonna like the fact that they took away the turn-based shit. But they like made it like Kingdom Hearts, but better. Alright, yeah, dude, eat up, brother. It really does. It flows so well. This game is all about flow. Do you think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 will be on PlayStation 4 or will be on the PlayStation 5? I literally am not going to buy a PlayStation 5 until there
What was his
is
name again?
Cloud.
Final
Cloud
Fantasy
Strike.
VII
And he isn't a soldier anymore.
on it.
Still, he's a professional, unlike the rest of us. I'm glad to have him.
That guy's kind of hot too.
This is a one-time gig. When it's done, We're done.
I might be becoming more bisexual over time because I literally have not been attracted to dudes until this guy.
Looks are what people notice first.
And you know, I kind of want to fuck Hassan Piker too. And I guess I'd get brutalized by fucking Barrett. Dude, look how big he is. Imagine how big his dick
nobody
is.
do
Holy
something
shit.
this crazy just for money.
Wedge.
They may not think you're a true believer, but you know what I think?
Not interested.
What?
Wedge. You better be worth the money, Merc. Every last gil.
I've been told that before. Or threatened that.
Get him, boy!
Alright. I don't remember how to do this. Besides just button smashing, right?
Hey! Looks like you're next. Was never in doubt.
What did my... God, yes. Music is so good. Oh! Can I do the... I was just trying to play Kingdom Hearts. I can't, like, duck and roll. That's funny, because, they, like...
This way.
Duck and roll is square in Kingdom Hearts, I think.
Huh. Not so fast. We've got company.
You have a gun. I have a sword. And that's a demon dog. Are you kidding me?
Nothing to it.
Nothing to it. It was really funny playing this and then going to Crisis Core. Because Crisis Core is a bazillion times more clunky than this. But has kind of a similar...
Let's go.
Like, vibe? No, Crisis Core doesn't get enough credit. I'll hold it. Ooh. Tell me what to do again, motherfucker. Shin ra 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 ra.
Soldiers may attack on command, but I hear they make good guard dogs too. Bet you've seen a few reactors. So how do we get to the bridge above Mako storage? Ain't holding out on me, are you?
What, you want some,
Scared
want
to
some
fight
shit?
the hand that fed him?
Want
Or
some
is
shit?
he a loyal little doggy?
I'll give you some shit.
Have it your way, Mutt. We can do this with you, or we can do this without you.
Different reactor, different layout. Depends when it was built. Never seen one like this, but I'll manage.
Don't you worry. Biggs will have the door open soon.
I'm watching you.
Okay.
In 3, 2... Damn, I'm good.
Damn.
Who's there? Door! Oh, wait! It's over!
That's
What do you think his piercings are?
He's alone! We can take it! Make it rain!
Make it rain. You gonna... What do you think I am, a stripper?
Let's move.
He always knows just what to say.
Yep. I sure do.
Simmer down, hotshot.
I got this place covered.
Do ya now? Grand Theft Auto. Alright, anyways, alright. Focus.
It's a good thing I know someone who can get us the passcodes. Pity no one else at command will talk to us, but what can you do?
Back in the mainframe.
Then we're good.
Jesse!
Careful in there. Well,
I want to pull in that ponytail. With consent.
Looks like the elevator's on another floor. Mind pushing that button?
Barrett can do it.
Security is only gonna get tighter, so be ready. We can't afford any more mistakes.
Any more? A fucking dickhead.
So, you know Tifa, right? It's not really my business, but are you
It's
guys
not.
close? Cloud! Are you ignoring me?
Tifa and I...
Fuck you, Heidegger.
These sewer rats appear to call themselves Avalanche, sir. We are currently investigating whether they belong to the same group that made the attempt on your life. Rest assured, our inquiries will not take much longer.
I love playing the original and then coming back here and listening to the music, like the difference in the music.
While you sleep,
Like, I love all the synthy,
it's sucking up Mako. It doesn't rest and it doesn't
the
care.
synthy shit that is in the original. Like, I love it. It's so good, but I love
The planet bleeds
a
green
good,
like you and me
legit
bleed red.
violin.
The hell you think's gonna happen when it's
Good
all
cello.
gone, huh? Answer me.
So, is that, on his shoulder, is that, Jack
You
Skellington?
can't hear the planet crying out in pain? I know you can.
You really hear that?
Damn straight I do.
Get help.
Say that again.
Cloud's kind of a capitalist,
I'd
you know?
worry less about the planet and more about the next 5 seconds. Save the screaming for later.
He's kind of an imperialist. A little bit. That's what's cool about Zack in Crisis Core. It's like, he's like, oh, I'm sold this fucking lie. And
our lives are on the line now.
And he goes through that shit and then sees everybody's a fake piece of shit.
You listening, Merc? One false move, and that happens.
Well, so much for having Cloud do all the fighting. There are some places a sword just can't reach. Just bear with him for me, would you?
Yeah.
Should have asked for more money.
Capitalist.
Gonna throw your sword at him? Let the man with the gun go to work. These tin cans ain't got nothing on me.
Ah, shit. I should probably pay attention.
How'd you like that?
Got it?
Do we go down or up? Yeah, this way. Huh? Shit.
Look what we have here.
A laser security system.
Great.
Those things will hurt more than your pride if you're careless. They'll cut you down.
They'll
to size
hurt
in
my
one
dick.
second. But I'm guessing you've done this kind of thing before.
Check it out.
Figure out the timing of the lasers. Then make
Yeah.
a move when they cycle
Check
off.
it out. Those lasers don't hurt my pride almost
Nothing
at all.
like a little danger to get the blood pumping.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Just keep those baby blues of yours on me.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Ready?
He's a natural. You okay?
Huh? Huh?
Not too shabby.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see
Hmm?
what's up next. And it's more of the same. Come on then.
Yep.
You're doing good, soldier.
Yep.
Pretty easy, right?
Ex-soldier. I thought we made a giant point to point that out.
Phew. Well, I'm glad that's over with. Look,
Yeah, me too.
they don't call those things sweepers for nothing. They can wipe out a whole squad in seconds.
These things suck.
First.
Here we go.
We can take this hunk of junk.
That hunk of junk is a heavy weapons platform. If we rush in, we
All right.
die.
Is that right?
Try and remember how to. Yeah.
That should give us an opening.
What are you, 20-something?
First. Soldier first class. Doesn't go into the 20s.
The hell you talking about? I mean your age, not your goddamn rank.
I'm too dumb.
All I know, a soldier's rank could be the same as his age. Mm-hmm. Guess that make you a 1-year-old, huh? Live and learn.
Yeah, I mean, kinda. By that logic, yeah. Bah, 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 bah.
That's our target, the reactor core. Gotta set the bomb at the bottom. Let's get down there.
Get up.
Scared, huh?
More like excited. I've been dreaming about this for years.
Heads up, boys. The end's in sight. I leave the rest in your capable hands. Good luck. Not that way. Down the ladder, dummy.
Okay. I'm trying.
Got no time for you punks.
They've got time for us.
Hey, robot, rock. Robot, rock.
You think if we fell in, we sink right down to the bottom? To the ground?
Shut up. Not philosophical, Barrett.
Was never in doubt.
Here we go.
Let's do this.
Let's do it. Seriously though, let's do it. This battle is fun. I remember watching this when it was announced, and I was like, "Oh shit, this is gonna be fun."
All right, let's see if little Stamp really can bite the hand that feeds. Go on. Prove to me you're the man Tifa says you are. That you're one of us.
Never said I was. I'm just here for the paycheck.
Then do the damn job.
Enduro? Yeah, you want some? I'd do that with you. I was like, hell yeah, I'm about to eat one of these. But maybe I don't want a whole one. So that's perfect. That's what I'm saying. I know I didn't want to. Ba 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 ba. Hi James, it's Israel with Move On. Joe Biden. Yeah. Oh, you already did it. That's so quick. I'll be right back. bok. I'm bok.
Well, right, yeah. You're, like, raised in Argentina?
Mm-hmm.
Born in Miami?
Yes.
Moved to Argentina?
Yes.
Then go to London?
Yes.
But before you got to London, you didn't speak any English?
So apparently downtown Columbus is getting it. That's what I'm reading. That's interesting. Where are the riots? That's what I want to see, man. Oh my god, I didn't get it. Where are the riots? We here on the Rad Left, we're really like promoting the idea that shit would get violent, you know, based on the outcome of this presidency. I don't know if that's... Is that irresponsible? Because, like, everything seems fine right now. Again, though, I've been high on copium for a minute now. I've been high on copium for a minute! I've been out here for a minute!
He has not been traditional in the past, and he has bucked that at every turn. I will tell you that there is a fair amount of Monday morning quarterbacking going on here. There is finger pointing now, as we have seen for quite a while with this White House, finger pointing over what some critics see as a sloppy strategy. People even close to the White House concerned that this legal push was a long shot from the very beginning, wondering why there wasn't a more sort of forceful face and forceful figure heading that push, given that was where it seemed to be headed even, you know, Monday, Tuesday, last week, as it looked like the race was going to be very close. So the factionalism is happening here. The question is what the president does next. Does he lay low for a couple days? I would frankly be surprised to see that, given the defiance of the statement now out from the Trump campaign. I will say, too, as the transition now is upon us, we have, I believe, 74, if my math is right, 75 days until Inauguration Day. President Trump is still the president. And this transition is going to be very closely watched. It is possible that the president will try to shake things up. It has long been discussed, long been speculated that perhaps he would fire people like his defense secretary, Mark Esper. NBC News has reported that Secretary Esper has prepared a letter of resignation, according to 3 defense officials. There are questions of whether the president will try to use these last 2+ months in office to issue a series of executive orders, for example, trying to use the power that he still has on his way out the door, essentially, perhaps issue some pardons to people in his orbit. So it could be a turbulent couple of months until the middle of January, when President-elect Joe Biden will be sworn in just down Pennsylvania Avenue from where we are.
This statement is highly troubling.
Well, it is, and it is also completely of a piece with what he's been signaling. In August, he said, I will claim that there is fraud if I lose, and today he is claiming that there is fraud if he loses. I just want to mention that NBC News is not alone. We are not the only news organization to come to this conclusion based on the evidence, including the Associated Press and Fox News. So when the president talks about his media allies, or the Joe Biden...
Neo-Nazis, remember seeing those Klansmen coming out of the field with lighted torches, veins bulging, spewing the same anti-Semitic bile heard across Europe in the 30s. Remember the violent clash that ensued between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it. Remember what the president said when asked?
What is this?
He said there were, quote, very fine people on both sides. It was a wake-up call for us as a country. And for me, a call to action.
Oh, I hate this. People are dying. Joe Biden. People are dying. Joe Biden. America flags still happening. This sucks. I hate this. Is it after midnight yet? No, it's only 7. Ah! It's not tomorrow yet. I can't start shitting on Biden yet. God. Dude, this is gonna kill me. Alright. And the people who criticize me, who say, you know, I'm negative, I'm a fucking killjoy or whatever. You're right. You're right. Because this sucks. This fucking sucks. Ew, look at that gremlin child. Yeah. She's like, like Colin. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I hate this so much. I hate this. This is still nationalism, people. Just because it's not Orange Cheeto Man. This is still nationalism. This is still cult of personality. This is still fucking terrible. Be scared.
Take this chance to heal, to reform, to unite. A path of hope and light. This is a life-changing election. This will determine what America's going to look like for a long, long time. Yes, it Character is on the ballot.
Yes, it is. Whatever Biden say. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, why is Black Lives Matter a thing, guys?
The choice could not be more clear.
Why is Black Lives Matter a thing? Someone the fuck answer me. Someone the fuck answer me right the fuck now. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Okay, tomorrow. I can't celebrate this long. I can't do it. I can't celebrate. Yep. Let's take it back. Let's take it back. Let's go even further back in time. 1994. No. You know what? Let's take it back even further. 1972. When Joe Biden was first elected into the Senate. He became a senator. He ran on a progressive, anti-racist, progressive ticket. And what did he do? Immediately, he became the poster child for anti-busing, or what he called forced busing, right? Fuck Joe Biden. Fuck him in his fucking stupid asshole. I wish he had more assholes so that we could fuck him in them. Okay, alright, calm down, calm down, calm down. Tonight we're celebrating like all these fucking dumbass liberals. It's really, really, really hard for me, you guys. I've been doing it for the last 4 days. Like, simping for fucking Democrats. And it is eating away at my soul. See this cat? She's up to no fucking good. This cat is up to no fucking good. This cat right here. Look at it. Mischief. Mischief. Mm. Mm. Are you excited about Joe Biden? Libby? No? No? You're not? No, you don't want to be interviewed? Ooh. Alright. Cat does not want to be interviewed. Dude, the amount of people who've already gone back to brunch almost immediately. My God. Okay. God damn it. I'm such a pessimist. I'm such a killjoy.
We love you, Joe! We love you, Joe! Let's go!
No, we don't. We don't love you, Joe. The only reason you won is because of how absolutely incompetent Trump is. How much of a piece of shit that he is. There is no reason Joe Biden should be president other than he went up against the absolute biggest joke on the global stage. God, this is disgusting. Mm-mm. 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 We're celebrating tonight, you guys. We're celebrating. Yeah, he barely got it. Dude, how hard do you have to fucking suck to barely win against Donald? Whatever the fuck the J stands for, Trump. I don't know. I just don't know. You guys, this is silly. Silly. Fucking silly. Aw. My sister commented on my Facebook post. Yeah. Here's the thing with my family, like, I feel like I'm way too political all the time. Yeah. And, so I feel like I just am exhausting. It's not gonna get better, you guys. It's just not. You think that I was all fired up about Biden stealing this shit from Bernie, about Hillary stealing this shit from Bernie, about the Democrats and the fucking DNC. You think I was fired up about it before? Where I was so mad and fed up with those motherfuckers that I half wished another 4 years of Trump on them and myself. You have no idea. It is about to get so much fucking worse. Woo, man, I'm gonna be surprised if anybody listens to me ever again. Because, but that's tomorrow. I can't do it. I can't do it. I have such a hard time. Tonight we're celebrating. We're looking at all these kids with their glow sticks and their fucking American flags. Look at that little piece of shit. Look at those breeders. We're colonialists. We love Christopher Columbus. Thank God that we stole this from indigenous people and raped and murdered brown people. Love it. Dude, I wish I cared this much. Dude, I had the same thing through high school, you know? It was like, what were they called? Like Pride. What were those fucking Pride rallies? Or whatever. Oh my God, I hated those. I hated them. I hate this idea that, like, because I exist in an area, that I deserve... Well, that I deserve what? What is this? Winning victory? That I have a flag that identifies me, and I like, that's what's winning. Don't get me wrong. I'll use flags as a fucking counter protest. I have a Black Lives Matter flag hanging outside of my house. I have a, holy shit. I don't know what happened last night, but I have a LGBT Black Lives Matter fist. I mean, you guys have seen the podcast. I don't know what happened last night, but the flag is barely hanging onto the wall there. We'll fix that later, but absolutely. High school is literally just training for capitalism. This is boring. This sucks. This sucks. Stop live. Is Biden about to give his... Oh, I sucked so many dicks.
We're seeing that celebration erupt as it did in some streets, the streets of
I sucked enough dicks for me to get in front of you today. Jack.
Joe Biden, an actual campaign rally.
It is something that we didn't really get to see much, if at all, during this campaign. This is victory speech meets tailgate, George. We've never seen something quite like this, a celebration like this in a parking lot. But these supporters have been here for hours, hundreds of them lined up with their
Who
cars.
cares?
Celebrating, they are dancing. People here are having a very good time, and Joe Biden will be able to enjoy a crowd in a way that he hasn't really throughout this entire campaign. This is a moment that Joe Biden has been thinking of, working towards for 3 decades. But in many ways, the speech that we are going to hear from him tonight will
All right,
sound very
I want to read this Facebook post
throughout his many decades
from I don't think she'd mind from our great friend Shannon. She's on this show. She's way smarter than I am. And I love her opinion always. And she's on the show a lot. But I want to read her Facebook post. I predicted back in February that a moderate would not beat Trump. A few thoughts on this. And I agree with that. And you go back and you look at what I've been saying, and 100%. Literally the only reason why I thought Biden was going to win this. And it's weird that I switched saying that Biden was going to win. I guess it's not that weird. A global pandemic happened. Okay, that's it. That's it. You guys. It only took 250,000 people dying for Biden to win. Don't worry about it, though. That's not weird, right? Anyway, go back and read this. Before COVID was a full-blown pandemic, I do believe I would have been correct about that. I did not see Biden being able to beat a white supremacist with such a huge base. Biden was losing in the primaries. True. Pete and Bernie were winning. True. But then the pandemic happened, and I honestly believed it was handled horribly enough to bring out non-voters and leftists, third-party voters in swing states to vote Trump out. What I said about moderates being losing candidates stands for congressional seats. We lost a House seat in South Carolina, and Lindsey Graham's fiercest challenger for the Senate lost his campaign. Both ran on moderate issues. And we're going to go ahead and extend that to Amy McGrath. Okay? Cowards. Both ran on moderate issues. The one who lost his seat ran on a single issue. Every Democrat who co-sponsored Medicare for all in swing states kept their seat. You guys, stop acting like this is some weird shit, okay? We need to normalize this. Yes, the Overton window has shifted, but that's not enough. We need to normalize the idea of Medicare for all. The fact that Joe Biden has sworn every fucking day. It's only 8:05 p.m. Every Democrat who co-sponsored Medicare for all in the swing states kept their seat. We can have Medicare for all and a Green New Deal in red states. Without it, we lose our seats. Remember that. Okay? You guys, it's so important. It's so important to remember that.
Enjoy. And I think part of it is because we know that the president that we had before was so difficult, so impossible, and at least the one we've got, we feel like we can have a conversation with, we can work with, and we all worked together to install him. We all fought together. We used our resources, and he will be our president, and we're ready.
Sarah Fagan, obviously 71 million people at least voted for Donald Trump. Many of his supporters are angry and disappointed. Maybe many don't believe the results. But you also heard today from your
I don't have any Trump supporters in my feed whatsoever.
Was my social media feeds, which are filled with
I've gotten to the point where I'm like almost
President George W. Bush, Jeb Bush,
getting rid of
the late John McCain,
liberals.
Many of them genuinely celebrating, and I look at these exit poll results.
I'm aggressively purging myself of Biden stands, so I don't know. Well, what is literally the reaction from you guys? Are you guys more tolerant than I am?
If Donald Trump could have extended an olive branch, many of those passionate supporters of those individuals.
I really want to see. Oh, actually, oh my God, let's do this. Prepared for this. Let's do this.
Yeah, I mean,
you guys ready?
One of the things that they're going to have to challenge for the Biden administration is, do you want this to be a transactional election or transformational in the way that the Reagan Democrats changed the Republican Party? And they'll be conscious of that because of the dynamics that they're going to have to deal with. And the other challenge that Joe Biden will have, and I read this piece by Balsa, I think it's really indicative, which is Dan Balsa at the Washington Post, which is he is both a restorative president and a transformational president. And those are two different impulses.
Fucking group is hilarious.
See different things that we want to see in Joe Biden and then project that onto him. Part will be restoration, like, oh my God, we can, which is what people are feeling like, this weight is away from us, and then transformational to a different era, because America is different than it was when Joe Biden first
I know. I love that the blame is being shifted onto libertarians. That makes me happier than the fact that Joe Biden won.
For a long time, it doesn't appear that they're going to have the kind of traditional
so
transition
fucking
you
funny.
would expect between presidents.
It doesn't seem like it at this point, but we're gonna have to wait
fucking
and see.
funny.
Now, as we said, the president is going to, follow the legal course that he
All
wants
right.
to follow. I think it's a very.
I know that I didn't do a lot in the last time that I went and got a drink and peed, but
how you do it, but if he wants to pursue it, it's his right to do that.
Here's some
let him
shit.
go ahead and do it. I don't think though that they'll have that traditional type of transition.
Yeah.
But maybe if we get to the end of
I mean,
that
dude, I've
process,
never
the president
seen
will see that it would be the right
the
thing
blame
to do
go to
once he had been
libertarians.
acquitted in terms of all his
or
rights
like,
had been acquitted to be able to
yeah,
pursue
I've
it.
never
I
seen
do
this
want to say
before.
one thing about Joe Biden.
It's insane.
We're not just like political
stoked for it,
acquaintances.
don't get me wrong.
We sat at football games together at our
I mean, it's still
joint
stupid.
alma mater, the University of Delaware.
But
Many
it's
Saturdays,
really nice.
Our boxes were right near each other.
Okay, I'm being petty. I'm 100% petty.
He is
I am. I'm gonna continue to be
we had a
petty.
lot of fun together, despite whatever political differences we had over the years.
I'm gonna be petty.
Of opinion, we'd sit down at those games.
I'm here for it, 100% petty. Okay.
And that's a really good.
I'm done
person to
playing.
have in the position that
I don't
he's
know if
in.
I was ever there for the
Cameron,
like
in the end,
high road
that's what
bullshit.
worked for him.
I don't think I
That is
was.
what worked for him, because
But
we're about
I'm
to
definitely
witness
not
the
there
most
for it now.
shifts in tone out of the presidency that we've ever
Love it.
had from a mega
All right, I'm gonna get
reality
another drink.
television
You guys should get another
superstar,
drink.
the #1 rated show in television for
You guys
years,
should
to
crush up another line.
a loquacious but quieter man from Delaware, and his ability,
Yeah.
really,
I
in
mean,
his life to reach across the aisle and to just be himself.
I'll be back here for you, Tom.
As much as he seems to be, I think was his calling card for a lot of voters. They
good
trust
gift. I
that
like
what they're getting is what they see, and what they see is what they want after the reality star. Martha Raddatz, a friend pointed out to me, and I guess it was fitting that there was a Breeders' Cup race today. The winner of the Breeders' Cup, authentic.
Yeah, and I think I think he is authentic. I'm thinking of what he did on Tuesday. He went to the gravesite of his son, Beau, and you have to think he thought a lot about Beau today. Certainly his first wife as well, and his young daughter who were killed. But Beau really propelled him to this moment. He said that he thought Beau Biden should be president someday. 5 years, of course, ago, he lost his son, Beau, to brain cancer. I think that's one of the reasons certainly he didn't run in 2016, because he was still grieving. But that grief has brought him to this day. That grief has made him, in part, the man he is today, and the empathy he shows to so many people. And the world is looking at this right now, George. The world, which saw America first policies under President Trump, especially our allies, are looking to this moment. Lindsay pointed out the mayor of London saying it's time to build bridges again. I think our allies are thinking that tonight. He's had many congratulatory emails, tweets, and other things to Joe Biden, because they see the world changing under Joe Biden.
Martha Raddatz, thanks. Gio Benitez, we're watching the crowd there in Wilmington. You're in the midst of a crowd in Washington that formed immediately after this announcement was made.
Oh, absolutely, George. Right away, people were running to this area. This has been the biggest dance party in Washington, D.C., I've got to say. And it's been going on all day long, all the way up several blocks, all the way close to the White House. In fact, we have a camera that's just above those rooftops there. I want to show you what that crowd looks like right now. There you see St. John's Church. This is, of course, Black Lives Matter Plaza. And this is where we saw those protests in the summer. We remember that tear gas that was used here. So for a lot of people who are out here, this is very symbolic for them to be doing this here, to be celebrating this here on this night, George.
Gio Benitez, thanks. Rachel Scott, it was the voters of Philadelphia who put Joe Biden over the top.
It was the voters of Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, a place that was the birthplace of our democracy, a democracy that, quite frankly, never created a space for someone like Senator Kamala Harris to assume the position of Vice President of the United States. So tonight, for so many, and it's in Pennsylvania, a place that has helped define our nation's history, is once again changing the course of it, George.
You know, Lindsay Davis, I thought about this today. You know, we saw that great 8-second video of Kamala Harris today when She was congratulating Joe Biden on becoming president of the United States. And because this was such an untraditional campaign, even though she had her moment at the convention, she really didn't get the chance to campaign and introduce herself to the country the way most vice presidential candidates would do. Tonight is the night.
I think that tonight people are going to meet her for the first time. I mean, outside of the debates, I think, and her, reputation as being the skilled debater from her time as being Attorney General. Again, during her time in the Senate when she was asking those questions during some of the hearings. So I think that people beyond that still need to kind of get a sense of who she tried to reintroduce herself as during the convention as Mamala, right? And then the softer side, and we kind of got to know her through her sister and her stepdaughter and her niece as well. And so I'm very interested to hear what she has to say tonight.
Let's show that video from this afternoon.
We did it. We did it, Joe. You're going to be the next president of the United States.
Byron Pitts, she was speaking of the two of them, but that we is bigger than Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
Oh, George, without question it is. I mean, when I looking at Kamala Harris and listening to her, I can see and I can hear Shirley Chisholm. She was the first black woman to run for president in this country in 1974. And George, she once said, if they don't give us a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. And so I think of all the women of color who brought their own folding chairs over the years to create this moment for Kamala Harris. Women like Harriet Tubman, women like Fannie Lou Hamer. Fannie Lou Hamer once said, never forget where you came from and always praise the bridges that carried you over. And I'd imagine tonight when Kamala Harris speaks, she will speak of some of the bridges who carried her to this moment. And just looking at these images, this is football season, right? This looks like Friday night in America after your favorite team just won the state championship. And how wonderful for her nation in this divided time to have a night like this where people seem joyous, at least for an evening.
Mary Bruce, you're right in the middle of it.
George, I can tell you what also strikes me about this crowd, and we've been walking around a little bit here tonight, is the diversity of this crowd. And you speak about, what this moment means for women and for young girls. And there are a lot of them here tonight. Seeing so many young women, little girls, little black and brown girls wearing their Kamala Harris, Joe Biden t-shirts, waving those American flags. And for the first time tonight, they will be able to look up at that stage and see someone who looks like them. What a powerful moment for everyone in this country, regardless of politics. And it is just so striking in the midst of this pandemic. As someone who has covered every twist and turn of this campaign, it is a little surreal to be at what feels very much like a campaign rally just because we haven't seen this. Joe Biden has been extremely cautious throughout this entire campaign to only hold relatively small, socially distanced events. They are trying their best to make sure this is socially distanced. You can see, though, the crowd there is starting to fill in a little bit. Everyone, though, in those masks, following the guidelines as much as they can. It is just a moment. It is a moment for Kamala Harris and for Joe Biden to be able to look out and see a throng of supporters in a way that they really haven't been able to see throughout this entire campaign, George.
This is a moment, too, for historically black colleges and universities. Kamala Harris, a graduate of Howard University. Faith Aboobi is there.
Yeah, it's quiet here right now, but the sense of pride on this campus, this HBCU's historically black college right now, is indescribable. This is a university that was established in a time where black people did not have access to education in the civil rights era and the Jim Crow era. And now you have an alumni from this university heading to the second highest office in the land. The group was here earlier on campus. They were gathered here, her sorority sisters. They've helped her campaign along this entire time. They've donated to her campaign, organized efforts to get people to the polling places. And right now at this university, they released a statement saying that a new dawn has broken on campus and that Kamala Harris has swung the Howard hammer and shattered that glass ceiling that is now in pieces and can never be put back together. There are a lot of young black kids here, young black men and women on this campus who are proud of what she has achieved. We talked to several of them this evening, and they are proud to watch her walk into into the White House, not as a slave, not as a servant, but in the second highest office in this nation.
Faith Aboubi, thanks very much. I want to bring in Pierre Thomas as well. Pierre, you cover the Justice Department, Chief Justice correspondent. There was so much concern among Homeland Security and the FBI in the days leading to this campaign about violence in the streets. At least for tonight, at least right now, that's not what we're seeing.
Washington is full of joy tonight. I saw so many honking horns as I came in, George. It was quite remarkable seeing people having joy in the streets, even in the Black Lives Matter Plaza, where there was so much tension and unrest this summer. And as you look at the joy, we also know that Biden and Harris will face enormous challenges. In the days ahead, African Americans will be wanting some accountability. Right now in this country, we've seen that African Americans in some jurisdictions are 5 to 10 times more likely to be arrested, often pulled over at a rate double their white counterparts. So as the joy recedes tonight, there's a lot of work ahead, George.
Yvette Simpson, this was a difficult issue for Joe Biden to straddle in the campaign. He grew up in a different time, and his record on criminal justice issues was often a cause of concern in the Black community.
And he didn't quite get that right until the end. I remember he was doing a town hall with you, and it was for the first time he ever acknowledged that maybe his action in 1994 with the crime bill wasn't the best thing, and that maybe he should have done it differently. And so I hope he gets it right. I think he will. I think with Kamala Harris with him, I think they're going to get it right. And I was actually reflecting with Terry earlier, the fact that the Obama administration brought folks from Ferguson into the White House and started to build actually the beginnings of this work. And so my hope is that he will pick that up. Now unfortunately, we have more names to say. We have more activists. We have more parents, because there's been so many murders since Ferguson that we can also bring to the table. And one of the hopeful points that I have about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris is I hope they take this early time to bring real people in, to bring them around the table with problem solvers and actually let them be a part of the solution. That's one example, I think, from the Obama-Biden administration where they got that right.
David Muir, he signaled the number one problem he has to solve, the pandemic.
Absolutely, and he's been very consistent on that, even in recent days in filling the vacuum as America waited for results to the election. He often, when he came out to speak, would talk about the pandemic first and not the momentum that his campaign was feeling inside that he was going to be the president-elect. They talked about how they met with the coronavirus task force. When I sat down with both of them, both Joe Biden and Senator Harris, they both talked about the pandemic. Senator Harris said we've got to make sure when there is a safe vaccine that it's not the people who would get it most easily that should get it first. It should be the frontline workers and families and communities that wouldn't have access necessarily. And you know, I have to point out that Joe Biden picked Kamala Harris not only for the diversity and the history making that will come with that choice, but he chose Kamala Harris because he knew she could take the incoming fire that comes by being a first, by making history on this stage today. Her background as a prosecutor, she is tough, and he knows that she's up to the job.
No question about that. Rahm Emanuel, he's going to have to get to work on this pandemic even before he's president. First order of business as soon as next week.
Yeah, well, he also is going to be, he just named a task force, or some of the names are out. I mean, first of all, you got to think that getting the pandemic, both the public health side, the vaccine, et cetera, organized is the first domino of a series of things. You can't get to the economy, you can't get to other pieces until you get your hands around a problem that's now totally raging out of control. And they're going to be doing this in a very kind of succinct manner of going at each one of these things. But the first and foremost, and I'm remembered of this story when I worked with doing the transition, President Bush helped us by just kicking the auto industry crisis out 7 to 8 weeks, allowed us to get the stimulus in place, the task force in place, so we could have a plan in place. But the first domino of any piece, and it's dependent on this, is getting basically your arms around, which is today is at 120,000 new cases a day. We're now, used to be 40,000, 35,000. It is now tripled in just a month. And getting your hand around that and putting this back in the bag allows the economy to start to take its own healing area, and then putting a floor on that, and then a growth strategy behind that.
It's going to require him, Chris Christie, calling in your former colleagues, governors across the country, Republicans and Democrats.
Yeah, and I think the Republicans and Democratic governors will all be anxious to work and make sure that what they do is get the help they need for their states and some strong direction. That's what the governors want. They've been handling this. I think in the main, these governors have been handling this pretty well. And you can see around the country that the approval ratings of governors, regardless of party,
in states. You have Larry Hogan above 70% in Maryland. You have Andrew Cuomo in the same range in New York. So this is not a partisan issue.
There's an opportunity here. It's the opportunity that Donald Trump missed. In a divided America, we have to find what we have in common and work on it together. And obviously, we've got this pandemic in common. And Biden speaks the language of teamwork very naturally. It's really who he is. And he talks about the reason we wear masks is for each other, take care of each other. He has a natural appeal to putting our shoulders to the wheel against a common problem. That's what it was another opportunity to divide for Donald Trump. It's an opportunity for Joe Biden to do the first thing he's got to do, which is find what we have in common and work on it together.
And in some ways, low-hanging fruit. I mean, you've got a majority of Americans who say, yeah, we want to wear masks. Yeah, there could be some regional differences, but a majority of Americans say, yeah, it kind of makes sense. I don't always like doing it, but it makes a lot of sense.
In this stage, the one place consistently Republicans found some difference with the president, President Trump, was on the virus. So that when you say it's low-hanging fruit, it is low-hanging fruit, both in the sense simple things you can do, but also a place where they're going to work with a new incoming president.
And Sarah Fagan, Chris Christie was talking about the governors. Do you think that there can be a critical mass of Republicans in Washington who are ready to sign on to at least some of the Biden agenda on the pandemic?
Well, yes, certainly stimulus. I mean, we've been there on a stimulus package for a long time. Now, the parties obviously disagree about how much money should be provided in the stimulus. But even if Joe Biden accepted what Republicans want, it's $2 trillion. It's a lot of money that can do a lot of things for people. And they will have to meet in the middle. I think Republicans, like Democrats, are exhausted. And nobody goes to Washington and wants to fight. They want to do things. They want to have ceremonies back in their districts talking about, good things they've done. And, there's certainly been some of that in the last 4 years. But there's just a lot of conflict, and I think Republicans will be happy to have Joe Biden to work with, assuming Joe Biden recognizes that there is many people tonight who are just as disappointed as there are people jubilant in the streets.
I was going to say, this is one of those deals you can say the global number is X, but we're going to spend it in a different way. And that's how you just basically meet you halfway, which is the Republicans say, we're going to okay with $2 trillion. Let's say that's the stimulus number. They say, but Biden's going to say, but this is how I want to divide it. I want more state and local. And they're going to say, okay. That's how you basically cut a deal on this.
And one of the things that I think Republicans, to build off what Yvette was saying earlier, where he can find common ground is on further criminal justice reform. Yeah. A lot of Republicans supported criminal justice reform that President Trump passed, and a lot of Democrats did. And I think there's an acknowledgement in both parties that we need to look at our criminal justice system and make it more effective and make it fairer. And you saw that in the criminal justice reform that was passed in the last couple of years. And I think it's another area where, Republicans and Democrats can come together because they already have. And they've seen some of the positive results from that.
I think, Martha Raddatz, if that happens in Washington, perhaps a lot of it behind the scenes, all the exhaustion Americans have felt over the last few years will go away because they don't have to pay attention to everything that's going on every single minute of the day in Washington.
That's right. And it is exhausting. It's exhausting for the country. It's certainly exhausting for us. Tonight, George, I actually walked down to the White House as well to sort of see what that was like down there, but it prompted me to call some people in Texas, in a very Trump town, Honey Grove, Texas, and talk to Carl Wild there, who was a former Trump supporter. And he said it's just very quiet there. People are accepting it. They're not really listening to what Donald Trump is saying and not saying. In other words, conceding. But he said, this is democracy at work. It is democracy at work, and that's what we're seeing. And hopefully the next few years won't be quite as exhausting.
And here she comes, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris. We can imagine that electric smile behind the mask. She's going to savor this moment.
Just because the length of your hair will ring long, and they often criticize you for your skin tone. Wanna hold your head high, 'cause you a pretty woman. Get your runway stride on and keep it going. Girl, live your life. Just yeah.
horns are going off. A big exhale.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. So, thank you. Good evening. So, Congressman John Lewis, before his passing, wrote, "Democracy is not a state, it is an act." And what he meant was that America's democracy is not guaranteed. It is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. To guard it and never take it for granted. And protecting our democracy takes struggle, it takes sacrifice, but there is joy in it, and there is progress, because we, the people, have the power to build a better future. And when our very democracy was on the ballot in this election, with the very soul of America at stake, and the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America. To our campaign staff and volunteers, this extraordinary team, thank you for bringing more people than ever before into the democratic process. And for making this victory possible. To the poll workers and election officials across our country who have worked tirelessly to make sure every vote is counted, our nation owes you a debt of gratitude. You have protected the integrity of our democracy. And to the American people who make up our beautiful country, thank you for turning out in record numbers to make your voices heard. And I know times have been challenging, especially the last several months. The grief, sorrow, and pain, the worries and the struggles. But we have also witnessed your courage, your resilience, and the generosity of your spirit. For 4 years, you marched and organized for equality and justice, for our lives and for our planet. And then you voted. And you delivered a clear message. You chose hope and unity, decency, science, and yes, truth. You chose Joe Biden as the next president of the United States of America. And Joe is a healer, a uniter, a tested and steady hand, a person whose own experience of loss gives him a sense of purpose that will help us as a nation reclaim our own sense of purpose. And a man with a big heart who loves with abandon. It's his love for Jill, who will be an incredible First Lady. It's his love for Hunter and Ashley and his grandchildren and the entire Biden family. And And while I first knew Joe as vice president, I really got to know him as the father who loved Bo, my dear friend who we remember here today. And to my husband, Doug, and our children, Cole and Ella, and my sister, Maya, and our whole family, I love you all more than I can ever express. We are so grateful to Joe and Jill for welcoming our family into theirs on this incredible journey. And to the woman most responsible for my presence here today, my mother, Shamala Gopalan Harris, who is always in our hearts. When she came here from India at the age of 19, she maybe didn't quite imagine this moment, but she believed so deeply in an America where a moment like this is possible. And so I am thinking about her and about the generations of women, Black women, Asian, white, Latina, Native American women, who throughout our nation's history have paved the way for this moment tonight. Women who fought and sacrificed so much for equality and liberty and justice for all, including the Black women who are often, too often, overlooked, but so often prove they are the backbone of our democracy. All the women who have worked to secure and protect the right to vote for over a century, 100 years ago with the 19th Amendment, 55 years ago with the Voting Rights Act, and now in 2020 with a new generation of women in our country who cast their ballots and continued the fight for their fundamental right to vote and be heard. Tonight I reflect on their struggle, their determination, and the strength of their vision to see what can be unburdened by what has been. And I stand on their shoulders. And what a testament it is to Joe's character that he had the audacity to break one of the most substantial barriers that exists in our country and select a woman as his vice president. But while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. Because every little girl watching tonight sees that this is a country of possibilities. And to the children of our country, regardless of your gender, our country has sent you a clear message. Dream with ambition, lead with conviction, and see yourselves in a way that others may not, simply because they've never seen it before. But know that we will applaud you every step of the way. And to the American people, no matter who you voted for, I will strive to be a vice president, like Joe was to President Obama, loyal, honest, and prepared, waking up every day thinking of you and your family. Because now is when the real work begins, the hard work, the necessary work, the good work, the essential work to save lives and beat this epidemic, to rebuild our economy so it works for working people, to root out systemic racism in our justice system and society, to combat the climate crisis, to unite our country and heal the soul of our nation. And the road ahead will not be easy, but America is ready, and so are Joe and I. We have elected a president who represents the best in us, a leader the world will respect and our children will look up to, a commander-in-chief who will respect our troops and keep our country safe, and a president for all Americans. And it is now my great honor to introduce the President-elect of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
And there he is, bounding onto the stage. Just a few weeks short of 78 years old, determined not to show it right now, feeling this moment. Joseph Robinette Biden Jr., who will be the 46th President of the United States. Fist bump for these times. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris first brought together by Joe Biden's late son, Beau, who was Attorney General of Delaware. Kamala Harris served as Attorney General of California. They worked together. Had a warm relationship, tested during the campaign as she went on the attack during the first debate, but they overcame that. And tonight, she celebrates being the first woman Vice President-elect of the United States.
Hello, my fellow Americans, and the people who brought me to the dance, Delawareans. I see my buddy Senator Tom Carper down there, and I think Senator Coons is there, and I think the governor's around. Is that Ruth Ann? And that former Governor Ruth Ann Minner. And most importantly, my sisters-in-law and my sister Valerie. Anyway. Folks, the people of this nation have spoken. They've delivered us a clear victory, a convincing victory, a victory for we the people. We've won with the most votes ever cast on a presidential ticket in the history of the nation. 74 million. What I must admit has surprised me. Tonight, we're seeing all over this nation, all cities and all parts of the country, indeed across the world, an outpouring of joy, of hope, renewed faith in tomorrow, bring a better day. And I'm humbled by the trust and confidence you've placed in me. I pledge to be a president who seeks not to divide, but unify, who doesn't see red states and blue states, only sees the United States. And work with all my heart, with the confidence of the whole people, to win the confidence of all of you. And for that is what America, I believe, is about. It's about people. And that's what our administration will be all about. I sought this office to restore the soul of America, to rebuild the backbone of this nation, the middle class, and to make America respected around the world again. And to unite us here at home. It's the honor of my lifetime that so many millions of Americans have voted for that vision. And now, the work of making that vision is real. It's a task, the task of our time. Folks, as I said many times before, I'm Jill's husband. And I would not be here without her love and tireless support of Jill and my son Hunter and Ashley, my daughter, and all our grandchildren, and and their spouses, and all our family. They're my heart. Jill's a mom, a military mom, an educator. And she has dedicated her life to education. But teaching isn't just what she does, it's who she is. For American educators, this is a great day for y'all. You're going to have one of your own in the White House. And Jill's going to make a great First Lady. I'm so proud of her. And I'll have the honor of serving with the fantastic Vice President who you just heard from, Kamala Harris, who makes history as the first woman, first black woman, the first woman from South Asian descent, the first daughter of an immigrant ever elected in this country. Don't tell me it's not possible in the United States. It's long overdue. And we're reminded tonight of those who fought so hard for so many years to make this happen. But once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice. Kamala, Doug, like it or not, your family. You become an honorary Biden, there's no way out. To all those of you who volunteered and worked the polls in the middle of this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation. And to my campaign team and all the volunteers, and all who gave so much of themselves to make this moment possible, I owe you. I owe you. I owe you everything. And to all those who supported us, I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially those moments, and especially those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. I said at the outset, I wanted to represent this campaign to represent and look like America. We've done that. Now that's what I want the administration to look like and act like. For all those of you who voted for President Trump, I understand the disappointment tonight. I've lost a couple times myself, but now let's give each other a chance. It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, see each other again, listen to each other again. And to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as our enemies. They are not our enemies. They are Americans. They're Americans. The Bible tells us to everything there is a season, a time to build, a time to reap and a time to sow, and a time to heal. This is the time to heal in America. Now this campaign is over. What is the will of the people? What is our mandate? I believe it's this. Americans have called upon us to marshal the forces of decency, the forces of fairness, to marshal the forces of science and the forces of hope in the great battles of our time. The battle to control the virus, the battle to build prosperity, the battle to secure your family's health care, the battle to achieve racial justice and root out systemic racism in this country, and the battle to save our planet by getting climate under control, the battle to restore decency, defend democracy, and give everybody in this country a fair shot. That's all they're asking for, a fair shot. Folks, Our work begins with getting COVID under control. We cannot repair the economy, restore our vitality, or relish life's most precious moments, hugging our grandchildren, our children, our birthdays, weddings, graduations, all the moments that matter most to us until we get it under control. On Monday, I will name a group of leading scientists and experts as transition advisors to help take the Biden-Harris COVID plan and convert it into an action blueprint that will start on January the 20th, 2021. That plan will be built on bedrock science. It will be constructed out of compassion, empathy, and concern. I will spare no effort, none, or any commitment to turn around this pandemic. Folks, I'm a proud Democrat, but I will govern as an American president. I'll work as hard for those who didn't vote for me as those who did. Let this grim era of demonization in America begin to end here and now. The refusal of Democrats and Republicans to cooperate with one another, it's not some mysterious force beyond our control. It's a decision, a choice we make. And if we can decide not to cooperate, then we can decide to cooperate. And I believe that this is part of the mandate given to us from the American people. They want us to cooperate in their interest. And that's the choice I'll make. And I'll call on Congress, Democrats and Republicans alike, to make that choice with me. The American story is about slow yet steadily widening the opportunities in America. And make no mistake, too many dreams have been deferred for too long. We must make the promises of the country real for everybody, no matter their race, their ethnicity, their faith, their identity, or their disability. Folks, America has always been shaped by inflection points, by moments in time where we've made hard decisions about who we are and what we want to be. Lincoln in 1860, coming to save the Union. FDR in 1932, promising a beleaguered country a new deal. JFK in 1960, pledging a new frontier. And 12 years ago, when Barack Obama made history, he told us, yes, we can. Well, folks, we stand at an inflection point. We have an opportunity to defeat despair, to build a nation of prosperity and purpose. We can do it. I know we can. I've long talked about the battle for the soul of America. We must restore the soul of America.
What is happening?
Our nation is shaped by the constant battle between
Back
our
for a
better
second.
angels and our darkest impulses. And what presidents say in this battle matters. It's time for our better angels to prevail. Tonight, the whole world is watching America. And I believe at our
I'm
best,
sorry, Jack. I gotta go again, but
we will not lead. We will lead not only by the example of our power, but by the power of our example. I've always believed, many of you heard me say it, I've always believed we can define America in one word: possibilities. That in America, everyone should be given an opportunity to go as far as their dreams and God-given ability will take them. You see, I believe in the possibilities of this country. We're always looking ahead to an America that's freer and more just, ahead to an America that creates jobs with dignity and respect, ahead of America that cures diseases like cancer and Alzheimer's, ahead to an America that never leaves anyone behind, ahead of America that never gives up, never gives in. This is a great nation. It's always been a bad bet to bet against America. We're good people. This is the United States of America, and there's never been anything we've been not able to do when we've done it together. Folks, in the last days of the campaign, I began thinking about a hymn that means a lot to me and my family, particularly my deceased son, Bo. It captures the faith that sustains me and which I believe sustains America. And I hope it can provide some comfort and solace the 230,000 Americans who've lost a loved one to this terrible virus this year. My heart goes out to each and every one of you. Hopefully this hymn gives you solace as well. And it goes like this. And he will raise you up on eagle's wings, bear you on the breath of dawn, and make you to shine like the sun, and hold you in the palm of his hand. And now together, on eagle's wings, we embark on the work that God and history have called upon us to do, with full hearts and steady hands, with faith in America and in each other, with love of country, a thirst for justice. Let us be the nation that we know we can be, a nation united, a nation strengthened, a nation healed, the United States of America. And ladies and gentlemen, there's never been anything we've tried we've not been able to do. So remember, as our grandpapa used to say when I walked out of his home when I was a kid up in Scranton, he said, "Joey, keep the faith." And our grandmother, when she was alive, she yelled, "No, Joey, spread it. Spread the faith. God love you all. May God bless America, and may God protect our troops." Thank you, thank you, thank you.
President-elect Joe Biden. Talk about a man fortified by victory, the most forceful he's been throughout this campaign, after receiving the most votes ever of any American presidential candidate ever at the age of 77. Boiled down his message to 3 words, he did it: time to heal. That was his message to a nation in the grip of a pandemic. Joe Biden, Dr. Joe Biden, now joining him out on the stage. That was his message to the millions of Americans out of work. That was his message in a time of racial tension, at a time when raw politics is seeping into too many corners of our lives. He says it's time to heal. He promised first and foremost to be a president who will not divide but will unify. Talking now of higher love. He still saw some of the old school politician in him. He couldn't help himself. He walked out onto the stage and called out the 2 senators from Delaware. That's a man who's been running for office since the age of 27, as the rest of his family comes out to celebrate as well. His son Hunter, the target of so many, gets a hug from his dad. Joe Biden never wavered in that love, no matter what was thrown at his son. Kamala Harris's family is out there as well. Mary Bruce, you were out there the whole campaign. We saw a man energized tonight.
It was a Joe Biden like I really have never seen during this campaign. And George, when you take a step back, this has been such a hard-fought year and a half. A campaign completely upended by a pandemic. It is likely going to be a very hard-fought transition and a long road ahead. But tonight was a moment for so many here, that sense of a collective exhale and a moment really to relish in the possibility. That's what seemed reflected so much in the remarks here tonight. That sense of hope that the country can maybe come together, that the country can heal going forward, and that they can perhaps accomplish all of these big things that they are setting out to do. Look, they know that this is going to be very difficult, but tonight is a moment to pause, to take it all in as you see them doing now on the stage, and to think about the possibility and the opportunity ahead.
David Muir said the first job getting this pandemic under control.
Yes, he's been very consistent on that. He said this is a time to heal America, as you pointed out, George. He said marshal the forces of decency, of hope, and we must control the virus. That was first on his list that he presented to the American people tonight. And what an extraordinary moment tonight for Joe Biden, George. He turned 78 years old in just a couple of weeks. This is a man who has dreamed of this moment for more than 30 years. He ran for president 3 times, but perhaps this is the time for the man to meet the moment. He knows what he's walking into. He said said, for those of you who voted for Donald Trump, let's give each other a chance. Let's lower the temperature. Let's see each other, listen to each other. And he said, let's end this era of demonization in America. It ends now. And he will call on Democrats and Republicans to cooperate. And George, this was something he told both of us in this campaign leading up to this moment. That's what he intends to do.
Lindsay Davis, Kamala Harris, resplendent in the white of the suffragette movement, celebrated so many firsts. Daughter of an immigrant, first woman, first black vice president.
And when you talk about the first, there are actually T-shirts that the Biden campaign sold prior to this that said first but not last. That was something that she shared tonight, saying while I may be the first woman in this office, I will not be the last. She has said in the past that her mother raising what she called two black daughters, even though her mother was from India, that she had told them, you may be the first to do many things, but make sure you're not the last. Quite often in politics, it can be perceived as the more things change, the more they stay the same. But for at least tonight, it felt that there was a spirit of inspiration, diversity, certainly as we look at the group that's assembled on the stage there, representation. And again, Kamala, as you said, in her suffragette white, but with her brown skin, which again, I can't emphasize enough, is so important for young girls, particularly of color, to be able to see someone who looks like them in a role that they may aspire for. Both the president-elect and vice president-elect talked about opportunity. Both talked about black voters coming through and standing up for them, and both talked about healing.
And the word possibilities from both of them as well. John Carl, Joe Biden is a man shaped by loss and recovery from loss. That's where his empathy is rooted, and it was that loss that he cited when he reached out to the Trump supporters.
He sure did, George, and there is a line in this speech that I think will reverberate. He said, to make progress, we have to stop treating our opponents as enemies. They are not enemies, they are Americans. That is a dramatic change in tone from where we have been.
First day possibly of a new era. You see it right there, Biden. Fireworks above Wilmington, Delaware. We just heard his first speech as president-elect, the first speech from the vice president-elect, Kamala Harris. That is all for us tonight. We're going to have much more in the days ahead. We hope you have a good night as well.
This is an ABC News election update. Now reporting Chief Anchor George Stephanopoulos.
Good evening. We are coming back on the air tonight because we are about to get the first speech to the nation as president-elect from Joe Biden, now about to be the 46th president of the United States after the state of Pennsylvania, his home state, put him over the top today. Joe Biden will be the 46th president of the United States, and that is the scene right now at the Chase Center in Wilmington, Delaware, where Joe Biden will appear along with the vice president-elect, Kamala Harris. Our Mary Bruce is there, and Mary, we're seeing that celebration erupt as it did in some streets, the streets of so many American cities today. In some ways, though, it's a very unusual sight for Joe Biden, an actual campaign rally.
It is something that we didn't really get to see much, if at all, during this campaign. This is victory speech meets tailgate, George. We've never seen something quite like this, a celebration like this in a parking lot. But these supporters have been here for hours, hundreds of them lined up with their cars. They are celebrating, they are dancing. People here are having a very good time. And Joe Biden will be able to enjoy a crowd in a way that he hasn't really throughout this entire campaign. This is a moment that Joe Biden has been thinking of, working towards for 3 decades. But in many ways, the speech that we are going to hear from him tonight will sound very familiar, hitting on those same themes that we have heard on the campaign trail and throughout his many decades of service. It's just that tonight he will be delivering it as the president-elect. He is going to talk about the need for reconciliation. He ran, of course, as the candidate who healed this country, lead the nation forward out of what he has described as the darkness of the Trump administration. And tonight, that healing, that work begins right now. And that is why you are going to hear Joe Biden tonight, likely not only talking to his supporters here and to the record-breaking number of people who backed him across this country, but also to the more than 70 million voters who supported President Trump, George.
You see those supporters in mass, as Joe Biden was all through this campaign, modeling the behavior he expected from Americans in the grip of this pandemic right now. Not masking the joy, though, David Muir, and that's what we're really seeing tonight that has been missing from the campaign trail so much this year, pure joy.
Joy and a reminder of what we've been through this past year. I mean, no matter what side you're on in this political campaign, and now the results of this election clear, America has lived through a pandemic this year, has lived through a conversation on racial justice long overdue in this country, and has lived through the political fighting. And you sense that in Joe Biden's victory, with help fueled by independents, some Republicans he was able to pull onto his side, the Midwest, the South, what we're seeing in the West for Joe Biden, that perhaps this country is ready to acknowledge that we can have different opinions, different political views, but we can still respect one another and treat each other with kindness. And he'll share the stage tonight, and this is a big deal, George, as you know. He'll share the stage with a woman who will make history, Kamala Harris, as vice president, who will speak to the nation tonight as well.
First time as vice president-elect. Today, Lindsay Davis, a day of joy, but so many challenges ahead.
So many challenges ahead. But first, we'll go with the revelers that we see on the screen here. That scrappy kid from Scranton who grew up with a bit of a stutter, set to become the next president, and that's what set this jubilation, really, in cities across the country. Global leaders started sending their congratulations. The mayor of Paris tweeted, "Welcome back, America." The mayor of London, it's time to get back to building bridges, not walls. And yet, as you say, there's so much still to sort out moving forward. Again, there was more than 70 million Americans who voted for President Trump. So how does the country unify the pandemic, the economy, and control of the Senate, which still hangs in the balance?
Lindsay Davis, thanks very much. John Carlo, chief White House correspondent. There are some things, some reminders that the era we are in is not past. President Trump back on Twitter tonight, not accepting the results of this election, making more false claims.
Not at all, George. Usually at a moment like this, you expect the losing candidate to make a phone call to the president-elect to give a concession speech that would come in advance of a victory speech. There's been no phone call from the president. There's been no hint of success of conceding this race. He is very much disputing it. He's actually on Twitter claiming that he not just won this election, but he won by a lot. Of course, he lost the popular vote by more than 4 million votes, and he's challenging. There are legal challenges, but he would have to overturn the results, George, in not one state, not 2 states, but 3 states, and yet still defiant as ever on Twitter.
No question about that. Beth Simpson, as we see the celebrations there in Wilmington, and we saw across many of cities in America today, people spontaneously coming to the streets, a reminder that even though Joe Biden is by no means an activist politician, he was brought into office on a wave of activism beginning on President Trump's inauguration day.
That's right. And I want to join Lindsay and everybody else in just taking a minute. Like today I was walking the streets of New York and watching people cheer and breathe, right? Like I just, and all of my fellow colleagues in the movement, we all said, today we celebrate, tomorrow we get back to work. Like we were just all in joy. And I think part of it is because we know that the president that we had before was so difficult, so impossible. And at least the one we've got, we feel like we can have a conversation with, we can work with. And we all worked together to install him. We all fought together. We used our resources, and he will be our president, and we're ready.
Sarah Fagan, obviously 71 million people at least voted for Donald Trump. Many of his supporters are angry and disappointed. Maybe many don't believe the results. But you also heard today from your fellow Republicans who are ready for change as well.
Yeah, one of the things I was really struck by was my social media feeds, which are filled with former colleagues and peers who worked for President George W. Bush, Jeb Bush, Mitt Romney, the late John McCain. Many of them genuinely celebrating. And I look at these exit poll results, and Joe Biden got 8% of Republicans. That doesn't sound like a lot, but in a race that is going to be decided probably by about 100,000 votes in a few states, just think, if Donald Trump could have extended an olive branch, many of those passionate supporters of those individuals perhaps would have gotten behind him. It could have perhaps made a difference.
Rahm Emanuel, he'll have to build on that 8% now as president.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that they're going to have to challenge for the Biden administration is, do you want this to be a transactional election or transformational in the way that the Reagan Democrats changed the Republican Party? And they'll be conscious of that because of the dynamics that they're going to have to deal with. And the other challenge that Joe Biden will have, and I read this piece by Balsa, I think it's really indicative, which is Dan Balsa at the Washington Post, which is he is both a restorative president and a transformational president. And those are two different impulses. And all of us see different things that we want to see in Joe Biden and then project that onto him. Part will be restoration, like, oh my God, we can, which is what people are feeling like, this weight is away from us. And then transformational to a different era, because America is different than it was when Joe Biden first got involved in politics.
And we're seeing the motorcade arrive now at the Chase Center in Wilmington, Delaware. Just a short drive from the president-elect's home. Chris Christie, you've known Joe Biden for a long time. You've known Donald Trump for a long time. It doesn't appear that they're going to have the kind of traditional transition you would expect between presidents.
It doesn't seem like it at this point, but we're going to have to wait and see. Now, as we said, the president is going to, follow the legal course that he wants to follow. I think it's a very tough course given the map, but he has the right to do it.
You can't overturn 4 states.
Like I said, as a lawyer, I look at it, and I don't know how you do it, but if he wants to pursue it, it's his right to do that, and let him go ahead and do it. I don't think, though, that they'll have that traditional type of transition, but maybe if we get to the end of that process, the president will see that it would be the right thing to do once he had been acquitted, in terms of all his rights had been acquitted, to be able to pursue it. I do want to say one thing about Joe Biden. We're not just like political acquaintances. We sat at football games together at our joint alma mater, the University of Delaware, many Saturdays. Our boxes were right near each other where we sat with our friends. And he is a really good person. And we had a lot of fun together, despite whatever political differences we had over the years of opinion. We'd sit down at those games and enjoy being there and enjoy each other's company. And that's a really good person to have in the position that he's in now.
And Terry Moran, in the end, that's what worked for him.
That is what worked for him, because we are about to witness one of the most dramatic shifts in tone out of the presidency that we've ever had, from a megawatt reality television superstar, the #1 rated show in television for years, to a loquacious but quieter man from Delaware, and his ability really in his life to reach across the aisle and to just be himself as much as he seems to be, I think was his calling card for a lot of voters. They trust that what they're getting is what they see, and what they see is what they want after the reality star.
Martha Raddatz, a friend pointed out to me, and I guess it was fitting, that there was a Breeders' Cup race today. The winner of the Breeders' Cup, authentic.
It just is the situation.
Yeah, and I think I think he is authentic. I'm thinking of what he did on Tuesday. He went to the gravesite of his son, Bo. And
okay, sorry. Yeah, I was
thought a lot about Bo today. Certainly his first.
I was saying.
Who were killed. But Bo really propelled him to this.
I'm gonna peace out for a bit because I have to go get a vasectomy.
Of course, ago he lost his son Bo to brain cancer. I think that's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
Certainly he didn't run.
I'm gonna go get somebody to sit my balls off.
He was still grieving, but that grief has brought him to this
and that's
day.
that. Then I'm fine with that. I really want my balls to be snipped.
And the empathy he shows to so many people.
But
the world is looking at this right now, George.
The main thing I was saying is I'm sorry that I made you just like watch news feed. The expectation that I was coming back, do stuff. Sorry. I think I'm celebrating too hard. I might be back. I might be back because I got some.
Because they see the world changing under Joe Biden.
Martha Raddatz, thanks. Gio Benitez, watching the crowd.
I got some Final Fantasy remake to
after this announcement was made.
To fucking play. But Jack, I love you. Thanks for sticking around, man. You're the fucking shit. Anyway, I want a vasectomy. because I don't want people coming at me that looks like this guy. Look at this guy.
That's just above those rooftops there.
Woo.
I'll show you what that crowd looks like.
Soon.
Right now, there you see St. John's
Wait,
Church.
is there
This
a
of course,
speech
Black Lives Matter
coming out?
Plaza, and this is where we saw those
I might-
protests in the
Okay,
summer.
I might stick around if there's a speech
that was
coming out.
used here. So for a lot of people who are out here, this is very symbolic for them to be doing this.
Dude, yeah, no, Jack, please hit me up. Let's fucking hang out. Let's
It was the voters of Philadelphia.
let's do 1/3 of the KKK.
It was the voters of Philadelphia.
This is the
in
worst joke.
Pennsylvania, a
Jesus,
place that
that's
was
awful.
The birthplace of our democracy, a democracy that,
Yikes,
quite
why
frankly,
did I make
never
that joke?
created a space for
What I'm
someone
saying
like
is that's
Senator
Duke Enemy.
Kamala Harris to assume the position of Vice President of the
God.
United States. So tonight, for
Cringe.
so many, and it's in Pennsylvania, a place that has helped define our nation's history, is once again changing the course of it, George.
You know, Lindsay Davis, I thought about this today. You know, we saw that great 8-second video
Yes.
of Kamala Harris today when she was congratulating
Kamala
becoming president of the United
Harris,
States. And because this was
Queen of the fucking prison.
at the convention, she really
All right, you know what? I might be sucked back into this because the fuck are we gonna listen to soon-to-be Joe Biden delivers victory speech Biden?
Debates, I think, and her, reputation
Ugh.
as a skilled debater from her time as being attorney general. Again, during her time in the Senate when she was asking those questions. during some
Yeah,
of the
not
hearings.
the-
So I think that people beyond
Not the one.
that still need to kind of get a sense of who she
I'm
tried to
not doing
reintroduce
Kamala
herself
Harris.
during the convention as Mamala, right? And then the softer side, and we kind of got to know her through
Not that
her
kinda
sister
K.
and her stepdaughter and her niece as well. And so
That'll get me
I'm
banned.
very interested to hear what she has to say tonight.
Let's show that video from this afternoon.
We did it. We did it, Joe.
Oh no, really?
You're going to be the next president of the United States.
This isn't live?
Byron Pitts, she was speaking to the two of them
Fuck.
that we is bigger than Joe Biden.
Yeah. This is the same video. What the shit? Are you serious? Dude, the internet is broken.
To senators of both parties, because we know we haven't addressed the needs of middle America. So I'm optimistic that the senators who
Here we
served
go.
Joe for many years
Uh-oh.
know him as a senator and vice president, know his character, know his heart.
All right, I'm gonna watch this. No, wait, hold on. I went upstairs to get a drink. I have to get a drink before I do this. I'll be right back. I promise this time. I legit. Yeah, I apologize. My partner and we got into a good old-fashioned conversation about sexuality and our expectations. You know, we've been together for 12 years, and just the understanding of psychology and sexuality. It's brilliant that we can have conversations like this. But let's go back to this. This is the least sexual thing that I can conceive of. So here we go. This is Kamala.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Thank you. Good evening. So, you. Good evening. So, Congressman John Lewis,
Excuse me, I'm speaking.
before his passing, wrote, "Democracy is not a state, it is an act." And what he meant was that America's democracy is not guaranteed. It is only as strong as our willingness to fight for it. To guard it and never take it for granted. And protecting our democracy takes struggle, it takes sacrifice, but there is joy in it, and there is progress, because we, the people, have the power to build a better future. And when our very democracy was on the ballot in this election, with the very soul of America at stake, and the world watching, you ushered in a new day for America. To our campaign staff and volunteers, this extraordinary team, thank you for bringing more people than ever before into the democratic process. And for making this victory possible. To the poll workers and election officials across our country who have worked tirelessly to make sure every vote is counted, our nation owes you a debt of gratitude.
Yeah, okay.
You
Look,
have
it's really
protected
fucking
the
cool
integrity of our
that we have
democracy.
a woman.
And to the American people who make up our beautiful country,
And she's a
thank
POC.
you for turning out in record numbers to
Great.
make your voices heard.
And
And
I
know
don't
times have been
want to
challenging,
be
especially
the
last
kind
several
of
months.
person that
The
gives up
grief,
good
sorrow,
for,
and pain,
you know,
the worries and the
that
struggles.
sacrifices good
But we've
for
also witnessed your courage,
perfect or whatever.
your
And I think that's a
resilience, and the
shitty narrative.
generosity of
But
your spirit.
no,
For
it
4
is.
years,
We are making
you
strides.
marched and organized for equality and justice, for our lives.
It's great.
And for our planet.
I'm not.
And then
I don't want to
you
downplay that
voted.
because it's not midnight, so I will not downplay that.
And you delivered a clear message.
If I'm still here at midnight,
You chose hope,
you better
and
fucking
unity,
believe I'm gonna downplay
decency, science, and yes, truth. You chose Joe Biden as the next president of the United States of America.
A step is a step, you guys. Always. Always.
And Joe is a healer,
Always.
a uniter, a tested
But
and
what we
steady
have to
hand,
analyze,
a person
and
whose
I will
own
step to analyze
experience
this
of
after
loss gives
after
him a
12
sense of
a.m.
purpose that will
is the
help us
ratchet
as a
effect.
nation reclaim
A
our
step
own sense
in the
of
right
purpose.
direction after
And a
some
man with a
absolutely
big heart
heinous shit.
who loves with
A
abandon.
step in the
It's his
right
love
direction
for Jill, who
when
will
you
be an
compare it
incredible First Lady.
to some absolute garbage is still worse off
It's his love
than
for
where you
Hunter
started.
and Ashley and
Right?
his grandchildren and the entire Biden family.
right?
And while I first knew Joe as vice president, I really got to know him as the father who loved Bo, my dear friend who we remember here today. And